Donald Trump is having regrets about the people that he has deported, and now he's talking about bringing them back. Of course, he's saying on Fox that, oh, we want them to learn and be educated and then come back legally, and that sounds all well and good, but he also goes on to say that it's punishing the farmers because they now don't have people to work their fields, and there's nobody who's going to go and do that type of work in America. And it's almost as if we said, yeah, we told you so. And what is the process of bringing these people back legally? He has no plan. He's just throwing shit out. But what it shows is a huge miscalculation. It was supposed to be, according to Donald Trump and his supporters, what they claim now. Oh, it's supposed to be the violent criminals. When you start rounding up people at their green card interviews and you're going to their place of employment, it's no longer about violent criminals. It's about the racist behavior of profiling and just grabbing anybody who is brown and getting them the hell out of America. And now you found out that America's farmers and workforce is built around people like this who will do hard labor tasks. You're now wanting to re-bring them back because you realize you fucked up so badly when you did that. So just add this to the long list of the bumbling, fumbling missteps of Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, don't backpedal now. Now you're saying or acting like you're regretting or that it was a mistake that you did this mass deportation, although you set it in place and this was planned and thought out way before your presidency when y'all were concocting up this Project 2025. You had plenty of time to think about the consequences this was going to have, and you still proceeded with it. So now you're just realizing that all immigrants aren't criminals. Now you want to realize that they are actually hardworking people that have been working on these farms for over 20 years and just want to make an honest living for their family. Now you want to realize that now you have shipped all these hardworking immigrants off to their native land, that us Americans are not going to want to work in these fields for the prices that they are paying these immigrants. Now you're seeing that the farmers are suffering because of your dumb ass decisions. And it's sad because your blatant racism wouldn't allow you to actually delve into how agriculture works and how important the immigrants are when it comes to farming. And now you want to sit on a podium saying something needs to be done and that we have to use our common sense. Don't get French with us now. We ain't got to do nothing because I did not vote for you. I did not do this. So you need to fix this since they, the MAGA people, vote.
You know, I'm seeing all these videos right now where all these farmers are crying about not getting no help right now. You know what? Let me ask you something. When have you ever heard of a black farmer crying about it? Never. And you want to know why? Because they ain't never got no help in the first place. That's right. USDA's literally admitted to discriminating against black farmers. And literally black farmers had to sue, thousands of them, to get what white farmers are handed for free. And fast forward to today, all these farmers crying that they can't get no help. You see, black farmers, they've been struggling. Y'all just now feeling what they've been feeling for over 100 years. Black farmers, they used to own over 19 million acres of land. But guess what? Systematic racism, denied loans, shady politicians, and legal loopholes wiped them all out. Yeah. And now they're 1% of America's farmland. When the government finally tried to pass relief for the black folk back in 2021, white farmers sued to block it, claimed it was reverse discrimination. Make that make sense. So, you know, next time you see folks complaining about farm aid, why don't you ask them, where's the help for the black farmers? Ask them why their struggle is just now important when others have been suffering for centuries.
Y'all, so apparently the Republicans thought if they got rid of the illegals and they put more financial pressure on the black communities and the people of color that are American citizens, that we would want to go in the fields and we would want to do the work that the previous citizens that hadn't yet to obtain their citizenship would do. Now, hear me out. When the produce immediately changed, at first I was a little annoyed. I live in Arizona for perspective. So yeah, they here. They out here for real. And it hit us immediately. Do you hear me? When the produce went bad, at first, and not bad, but like it just was, you could tell. Like you can tell the difference. At first I was a little annoyed, but then I sat back and was like, no, actually, no, for real. That's what they need. They need to see that. And it wasn't just the produce. That's the crazy part. It was the produce and so much other shit that immediately like came like a wave through Arizona. They needed that wake-up call. I've been staring at a house that has been taking upwards of at least, I want to say 7-8 months to finish. Before they left, I used to watch, because this is where I live at, the whole strip is being developed. I watched them complete an entire development in under a year. I watched them complete an entire development in under a year. For perspective, it's a big ass development too. The entire development was done in under a year. There are houses on this strip in the past 6 months, they just been sitting at a standstill. Crickets. Where y'all at? When the produce went bad, I was annoyed at first, but then I said, no, they need this wake-up call. They need to know the contribution, citizenship or not, that these people actually make to this country. They need to understand that a land that was already built off of stolen land does not give you the right to kick people out when their ancestors were indigenous to this land. You need to understand the contribution and the amount of work that they did the jobs you didn't want to do, that I don't want to do on a daily basis. You also need to understand their contribution. Now, Trump wants to bring them back legally. Because he's like, them niggas is not trying to get out there in the sun. And they not trying to do none of that work. And not. Why? So you can treat us 10 times worse? You gonna have to pay to play, baby. You gonna have to pay them people to come back here. You gonna have to pay them people to come back here. Y'all humiliated them in front of the whole world in the nastiest, most vicious ways. You gonna have to pay them people to come back here. Oh, and just so you know, our produce has increased. So I know they let some of y'all back in. I know they let some of them back in. Don't lie. I know they pushed some of them applications through and was like, listen, when can you clock back in? Okay? Everything's going to shit. I bet it is. I bet it is.
Today in history, Donald Trump and the fellow white Americans are regretting of their decision of deporting the black people. Why? Because many of us know this, that the black people have been doing great. They have been doing a lot of contribution in building up the country and the economy of America. They have been contributed highly or hugely in black labors, where some of the labors that we believe that many whites can do it. When you speak about the farm labors, they are the one who have been keeping the farm laborers to be active in the country of America, and which resulted in the a positive or huge supply of foods. They have been doing a lot of works and they contribute a lot of their effort, despite being treated badly, harshly, being criticized, being humiliated. They never looked on that. And today, what's happening? A lot of loss being experienced in the country of America, because the people who used to work these hard labors, they are no more. They are not there, and they can't come back. So it's upon them to find a way on how to do all this. It's upon them to find another mechanism on how to deal with these problems. And now today, many white-led nations, especially the US, have benefited heavily from the labor's creativity and spending power of black people. Black Americans contributed trillions of dollars annually to the US economy, which today is not happening. It is not happening because the people who made this to run, they are not there. They were told to go back to their countries. They were told to go back where they belong. They were told to go back to the place where they are fitting, but not the country of America, because they were not taken as the people who fit in this country. They were not looked at as the people who are supposed or who deserves to live in this country. They were looked down. They were never respected. They were just looked at just as slaves, but not the people who deserved respect, freedom, and justices. So today, the black Americans, the history, historically, the economy of slavery, from slavery to modern entertainment, sports, and businesses has deepened on black labor and culture. So when talk of deportation or sending them back arises, reality hits, removing the community would cripple the economy. Now, what is happening? All that is happening today is something that we believe that the people who are coming out to cry about this are the people who are concerned about creating these problems. Without them demanding the deportation of the black people, Donald Trump would have not did that. But he was doing this believing that he's preserving the American matters first. And the white Americans are so happy about this. The MAGA supporters were so happy about this. They welcomed this, they cheered this decision, because some of them and many of them believe that the black people were taking the chances and opportunity from them. They were believed that the blacks are developing their they believe that the blacks were benefiting much from the countries which they are not the origin. And this is now what is happening. Now, when I talk about the cultural influence, the black culture, music, fashion, language, sports, and spirituality has defined modern America. If black Americans left in large numbers or were pushed out, America would have lost its cultural soul. That's why even those who once opposed black empowerment later realized they benefited from black influence through entertainment, art, and even in political movement. Today, when we speak like the entertainment and other artificial works, when you go to the music industry like pop, like hip hop, R&Bs, and many other musical genres in America, this industry has been lifted up. It's being held up by the black people. When you go to the music industry, the blacks are the one who are holding this institution so high. They're the one who are making this institution to survive and to be healthy. But let me tell you, let me ask this question. If today all the black Americans leave this country, as many of them demands, after the many white demands, what do you think this country will be? Where do you think this country will be? Because it means that if they are getting out, if they are moving with everything they created. They are moving out with their ideas, with their minds, with their creativity, with everything they created. They're living a country where they build. But the country that was built by these people cannot survive without the contribution of these people, because their contribution is needed much. Their contribution is needed much because it is building up in every corner of the economy of this country.
So my Caribbean cousin, apparently Donald Trump may have a little bit of remorse when it comes to his mass deportation on immigrants. Why? The hotels are not being cleaned. The construction work, slow down. Buildings are not going up fast enough. Not enough workers. The farming, the crops are not reaching the shelves fast.
Not only in sports, not only in entertainment, not only in cultural, not only in economic, in entire economy, they have hold it high. That's why today this country is being ranked as the most developed country, just because of the contribution of several people, but not the white people. When you go to reality, the people who were supposed to be prioritized first in the country of America were the black people, because of the huge contribution they gives out, or they gave out from the time of slavery until up to date, despite of being oppressed, despite being killed, being harassed, being denied their freedom, their justice. They never gave up, but they keep on fighting, pushing, and building. So today, this is the time the whites are realizing that they made a mess, they made a mistake, which they cannot make it to be undone. Because all that they were demanding for so long, all that they were fighting for so long, that they want the black people out of this country. That is how it is today.
White people.
Okay, white America, I come with a message from black America. We are leaving. We are leaving. You have won. We are leaving. All of us are leaving. All the colored people, all the brown people, we are leaving. You're going to get what you want. We are leaving. We are leaving, okay? You're going to get what you want. You say you all want us out of America. We are leaving. We are leaving. We promise. We have no problems leaving. As long as you leave Africa and you leave the Caribbean, don't take nothing. Just go.
That is what is happened. That is what happened. And now, who lost it? When you go today in the farms, in the white farms, most of the products, or the farm products which are perishable, they are not able to preserve or to maintain their farm products, because this is one of the hard labors that the black people used to do, which most of them may just look at it just like a normal thing, an easy task. But again, the people who are used to this, they are not there. And now the people who are asking these people to out of this country, they're the one who are coming out to speak about this, to cry about this. So who lost this? When you go to the spiritual and the historical awareness, many are also realizing, especially in modern times, that black people's struggle was not just political but spiritual. There is a growing awareness that the mistreatment of black people represents a moral failure that stains America's souls. Regret grows when truth and history are no longer hidden. Now, today, all the people that we are experiencing or watching who are coming out to speak or to cry out, who are coming out to raise their issues, their concerns, are not the black people. And when you see the people who are coming out to complain about everything, they are the whites. Why are they doing this? Because this is the kind of the life they are passing through that they never passed through before. This is the kind of life that today they are facing, which they never faced before. Because the system and the government was there favoring them in everything they do. The government was favoring them. That's why we heard the white privilege. So they believe that privilege does not mean a suffering. They never believe that the privilege can also face suffering. They believe that the suffering was only meant for the people of color. And that's why today, up to date, many of the black people, mostly when it comes to Africa, most of us lived believing that all the white people are rich, all the white people have the best life. But you know what? Even in white privilege, there is suffering, and even in oppressed, there is joy, there is happiness, and there is better life. Today, we have many white Americans who have poor life compared to Africans or to the black people. And we have many black people who have good life despite being oppressed, being mistreated. They are still having good life, having their joy, having their happiness. And still we have the whites who are privileged, but still we have some of them who are still jobless, who are still broke, who are not able to maintain their families. So this a white privilege is not just a weapon. It's not our coverage. So today, this is the time that we are so proud that the truth is coming out. This is the truth that was buried for so long. This is the truth that has been hidden for so long. Even the school system in America never told people about this. And that's why most of the white people, they have been growing up oppressing the black people, mistreating them, just because they never know the truth. They grew up and started to live the life how the life that the system recommended them to live. So whenever something they have been coming out to do against the black people, against the people of color, is some things which they grew up on and find it existing, but not of their own decisions. Today, whenever you see all these white people who are coming out speak their truth, it's because these are the people who have come to realize their own truth. These are the people who have come out and they have been eager to know the truth, and that's why they are going up again. They are going against the truth, and they are coming out speak their minds because they are not ready to live or to be told to continue being told what to do, or how to live, and who to associate with. At the same time, we have many people, white people, who have their black friends. They have partners. They have job mates or workmates. They have many people who are linked in, who are black people. So you find it so hard for them continue harassing or oppressing the black people. And that's why you see many are coming to defend them. So today, I am so sure that even the government of America is so regretting of the decision they made for deporting the black people back to their countries. And even for those who are living legally in the country of America, but they were accused of living illegally, and which resulted them for being exported back to their countries. And now today, I can say that it's an achievement for the black people, because where they go to start life, some of them are benefiting, are enjoying. They are living a happy life. They are having the joy in their hearts, and they are regretting of wasting much time living in a place where they were not welcomed, where they were not appreciated, where they were not appreciated for even the huge contribution they give out to the country to build and to do anything. But again, they died on the streets. They were denied justices, freedom, and everything. So this is the time the truth has come out, and the truth has come out and is hitting so hard. And the people who are the victims, are now the people who are laughing against the people who feel so superior than the other. I think next time I can do the same. Thank you very much for staying in. Thank you for being here each and every time. Thank you for support, and I'm here each and every time. Don't forget to come back. Don't forget to come with the comment section, say and share your ideas, speak out your thoughts, so that we can know all that we have to do, all that is supposed to be done to make the black people's power grow and grow stronger each and every time, each and every day. Until next time I come to the same. Thank you very much, and be blessed. Reaching from I love you and I appreciate you.